philosopher, astronomer, and mathematician, yet for a time, erased from history. Whether you already know her story or are just discovering it, dive into the extraordinary and tragic life of Hypatia of Alexandria. In this first episode of our series dedicated to the great women of time, we explore a fascinating historical figure. You may have heard of her as a brilliant mathematician or a martyr to science in the face of religious fanaticism. But who was she really? In this video, we uncover what we actually know about Hypatia and how her story has evolved in our imagination, because her legacy is far more complex than it seems. Hypatia was born between 350 and 365 AD in Alexandria, Egypt, a city under Roman rule at the time. Her father, Theon of Alexandria, was a renowned mathematician and astronomer. He passed on his knowledge to her and gave her an education that was exceptional for its time. She then became head of the Philosophical School of Alexandria, where she taught mathematics, astronomy, and Neoplatonic philosophy. She is not credited with any great scientific discoveries, but she was a brilliant teacher, capable of making complex concepts accessible. Her teaching attracted students from all over the Roman Empire, including the philosopher Synesios of Cyrene, who left letters testifying to his respect for her. Hypatia was not only an intellectual, she was also a highly respected public figure. She gave lectures, advised leaders, and took part in the political debates of her time. She was said to be close to the governor Orestes, who was in conflict with Bishop Cyril of Alexandria, a fact that was to play an unfortunate role in her tragic fate. "415 is the year that will be marked by this tragedy. Hypatia was murdered by a group of fanatical Christian monks. The violence of her murder was unheard of. Accounts tell of her being dragged from her chariot, beaten to death, and her body mutilated. An act that shocked even some Christians of the time. Her murder is often presented as a symbol of the struggle between science and religion, but in reality it was mainly the result of political tensions between Orestes and Cyril. After her death, Hypatia fell into oblivion for several centuries, but from the Renaissance onwards, she was rediscovered and became a multifaceted symbol. In the 18th century, Enlightenment philosophers such as Voltaire portrayed her as a victim of religious obscurantism. In the 19th century, she was idealized as a figure of Hellenistic beauty and purity. In the 20th and 21st centuries, she became a feminist icon and a symbol of women's place in science. Alejandro Amenabar's 2009 film, Agora, portrays her as a tragic heroine opposed to religious intolerance. But this portrait is a modern interpretation, far removed from the historical sources. So what do we remember about Hypatia today? She is a fascinating figure, but also a blank page on which each era has projected its ideals. As a history lover, and not a specialist, I wanted to shed light on the incredible and tragic fate of this historic female figure. As a little exposé, my aim was to introduce Hypatia to the general public and to inspire you to find out more about her. What is certain is that her tragic fate helped to make her a legend. Her murder, beyond its horror, has kept alive the memory of an exceptional woman. A free thinker, a brilliant teacher, and an influential public figure who deserves to be in the spotlight. If you enjoyed this video and would like to find out more about Hypatia, I invite you to explore more historical and scientific sources. I've also included the video's sources in the description. Let me know in the comments what you think of its history and how it has been recovered over the centuries. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more echoes of fearless minds. Content. Thanks for watching, and see you soon for another dive into the history of the great ladies who have shaped time.